My name is Demayne GINYARD. I am a graphic designer, fine artist, entrepreneur, all around good guy, I guess. I had taken a graphics class when I was in high school. It was a class where we had to do screen printing and we had to do, work with motion paper and dark rooms, and it was very, very antiquated. I think the first version of Photoshop hadn't even come out by the time I was there. So we was doing typesets, typeface, having to manually cut out things. Same place in our school where all the yearbooks were actually manufactured at our school. Our school newspaper was even manufactured there. So that was my first introduction to graphic design, and it was back when the caveman was doing it on stones. That's what it felt like, at least. I went to school first at the Art Institute of Atlanta. I went for music and entertainment management, and I've been an artist my whole life. It's always been hobby, you know what I'm saying? I never had the urge to jump out into the arena to be, on gallery walls or produce graphics and stuff like that for money. But being around so many cool artists and stuff that I was around, a bunch of tattoo artists, mural artists, graphic designers, graffiti artists and everything, I've always been inspired to create. Photoshop, Illustrator, graphic design, all of that stuff kept my interest because I can go in and I can just take something from scratch and build it from the floor all the way up and share it with my people, get feedback. And I started really getting serious about it when people started wanting logos and stuff. So I became a logo designer. So I kind of flipped that thing into like a little side business. I could say I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I do mixed media. I can do everything from drawing with graphite and chalk. I'm a pretty good painter. My first painting actually was Wale, and I got it out of the Source magazine. So as I started getting more into these paintings and everything, I started realizing that I was really into human expression. I was really into doing portraits. I was into capturing emotions, hands, faces. You could tell exactly what they're feeling by looking at them and everything. I am very much influenced by whomever I'm drawing at that time. You know what I'm saying? It could be from celebrity, it could be some obscure picture, it could be something from my head. And that's something that I'm really trying to get better at, as well as being a total creative that don't need to have any kind of visual references. I can bring things down from my mind. Don't have a photographic memory, but just natural ability of knowing how to draw. I know how to make a nose. I know how to do all of that type of stuff. I'm learning how to do great background work or trying to, incorporate more elements into my portraiture, but I'm really into the black and gray. I'm really into doing, painting. I'm jumping into watercolor and oil now. I mean, that's the journey that I'm on right now into, bringing these portraits to life. I like the feeling of pencils going across paper. I like the feeling of knowing how to blend and work with light and work with, contours of, facial features and everything. And like I said, trying to capture that emotion. Graphic design can be a little bit static for me simply because I'm using it on a computer, although I have more tools at hand in order to make my job a lot easier because technology is really taking off, you know what I'm saying? So Photoshop isn't the Photoshop of old. I am getting into doing digital portraiture now with Procreate, and also being able to bring it into Illustrator and use the tools of Illustrator to sharpen up the work. But I think I get great pleasure out of doing, just sitting down with some pencils, some graphite pencils, knowing which pencils work for what kind of values that I'm trying to find. Trying to really also sharpen up and get great at using color pencil as well, because black and white portraiture is my thing, but instituting color and everything, oil pastels, oil painting, acrylic, portraits, I'm just really trying to get into creating the same light values, creating the same depth. I would really like to try to sharpen up my thing and get into photorealism portraiture too. I kind of do my own thing in my own style. So you got to be a fan of how I draw in order to commission me to do some work for you. You got to say, hey, I like the way you do it. might not be super spot on to the, the thing, from the reference picture and everything, but I love the way you did it. I love the way you captured the emotion. I love the way you captured the hues and the blending. And I used to call myself the gradient child, rip off of Basquiat, because I like to do gradient shading, from light to dark, find the pitch in the cheekbones and everything and accentuate that. And that's kind of been my style when I work with black and white, well, black and gray, grayscale, chalk. I really didn't like drawing portraits on white paper like that. So I started going with tan, I started going with gray. And it doesn't take away from the work, it just adds a different dimension to me when I'm doing the type of portraits that I like to do. So that style of learning how to blend and learning how to use the blend and stump or use the eraser in a way where I can create different highlights and everything, especially in doing hair, especially in doing eyes and everything. I think my style just kind of developed over the years and got better and better. I could see the progress from my old sketchbooks all the way up to what I learned how to do now. I guess what differentiates me from a lot of artists that's in my circle is a lot of my friends and my people have been professionally making money with it a long time. And I just do it, whenever I want to. If I can get some quiet time, I am a full-time father, rip and runner. If I can get my, time to sit down and bring some of this stuff that's up here and put it out on there, that's when I do it. And then I just put it out there for the people enjoyment. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. If you like it, you can like it. If you don't, then, I'm gonna keep doing what I do. As far as my professional, personal growth, I just want to see how far I can take it. I just want to be made, kind of like what MTV used to do. I want to be able to take a lot of my things that I learned, from being a musician, sit down and gig out with some folks every now and then, get my skill set up in the music, to, be probably a studio artist, take my guitar to the studio. Taking this time out to be a full-fledged artist all the way through, from a visual artist, graphic designer, musician. That's the next phase that I want to go in. It's just being motivated to take the creativity and the inspiration of being creative from what's going on in my environment, because my house is a very creative environment. My wife's an artist. My kids got art skills. My oldest, she's a intellectual, but she's definitely dabbling in the painting now. She's a scholar, student. My middle child, she does it for hobby like me. I see a lot of me in the stuff that she do, but I also see a lot of Tracy in the stuff that she do artistically too. So one day I'll be able to break some of that stuff out and show everybody what my kids is up to. I produce when I want to, but I also always have plans that's working in the background, especially with me and my wife being together, ATL, selling our artwork as a husband and wife team online, monetizing our own stuff, but at the same time figuring out different ways to stay in support of our artistic community and make sure that we grow out in a healthy way where people can recognize the Atlanta art scene, the dope-ass Atlanta artists that come up out of here, and the mom and pop husband and wife teams that are out here that's behind the scenes making it happen and people don't even know. I like people to feel inspired. I like people to actually, honestly, see my growth in the arts. Witness that I did have a starting point and I do have an ultimate goal at the end, is to scale up, do a lot more things that be culturally impactful, be a very big asset on the art scene as an artist. Being a person that live by the motto, do what you feel, do what you love, do what you like, that's all I'm about. I mean, this next phase of my life, I ain't gonna break my neck working for other people. I want to do exactly what I want to do, and I want to do it when I want to do it. I guess that's the Aries in me. My name is Demayne GINYARD. I'm a visual artist, graphic designer, fine artist, and this is my voice, and this is my life.